August 15, 2012, my life turned upside down when my wife Dawn left. Me alone with a 3-month-old baby boy Kai to go back to work. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how I became a stay-at-home dad. I didn't expect to be a stay-at-home dad. But as my wife's belly grew, we decided that one of us should stay home and take care of our baby boy. And of course, I was the obvious choice. Because Dawn has a real job and a good health insurance. No problem, I thought. This is going to be easy. The kid sleeps 16 hours a day. I can play with him and still work on my speaking business. Right. Those of you who've taken care of kids know how that delusion turned out. In the first few days, I have learned very important lessons. First, when you're dealing with a diaper-soiling, insomnia-inducing, milk-eating baby, there is no such thing as multitasking. 2, you're lucky if you can shower before 5. And 3, baby boys can aim. But being a stay-at-home dad, the most rewarding, has been one of the hardest jobs I ever had to do. And it was not because of the diapers or the sleep deprivation. It was because of the wide-held belief that just because I'm a male, I'm somehow inferior taking care of my own child. It happened right off the bat when I first went out on town with Kai. It was 10 a.m., I was shopping at Target with Kai hanging on my chest as a fashion accessory. And a well-meaning matron came up to me and said, "Oh, your son is so cute." And looking up at me saying, "A day off of work?" I said, "No, I'm a stay-at-home dad." She said, "Really? You know what you're doing? Where is your wife?" I was taken aback. Then my best friend Mike asked me, "How's your work?" I said, "Not a problem, I'm a stay-at-home dad." He said, "How's your milk supply?" I was embarrassed. Looking for support, I went to a parent support group at Evergreen Hospital. But sitting there with 12 mothers, I felt like an odd dad out. And then, as we were leaving, the facilitator good-naturedly said, "All right, ladies, see you all back next week." And I said, "You won't see this lady back." I felt so judged and so alone. I was looking for role models, but I didn't see any. And so I started to believe the negative stereotypes. I stopped going to classes, and though I was thriving, I fell into depression. And that's when my wife, Dawn, signed me up for a PEPS class for dads, an experimental group that started in 2012 at the Twirl Cafe. It has the same format as the other PEPS groups, focusing on the education and connection, on camaraderie. And that made all the difference in the world. Going to my first PEPS meeting from Redmond to Queen Anne, I swore I would never go again. First, I had to fight the 520 bridge traffic and Mercer Street construction with a screaming baby in the back. Second, I had to find parking in Queen Anne. And third, as I entered the Twirl Cafe, all right, how many of you here have been to the Twirl Cafe? Raise your hands. Yes. I had to part the sea of mothers to get to the back room where 7 stay-at-home dads were huddled together. our facilitator, Chris, right over there. Give him a big round of applause. He asked us how we found PEPS. And we very quickly found out that every single one of us was signed in by our wife. And that every single one of us has faced the same judgment and prejudice that I would. I know that the prejudice that we stay-at-home dads face probably pales in comparison to the sexism and bias that some of the women here who do work face every day at work, but it still hurts. But at PEPS, I was able to find my tribe. We connected by talking about the best ways to raise our infant son. We complained about our wives' business trips. And we competed on learning how to raise our children over our heads. How many can we do? I even learned to enjoy singing children's songs by Johnny Cash. Most important, PEPS has taught me to appreciate the precious moments that I have with my son. Like last week, when Kai, now 9 months old, was trying to stand up by using the playpen, the ball and the playpen. And he was getting right there, and then he fell right on his bum. Startled, he looked at me, started to cry, and you know what I did? I did the same thing that all of you would do. I clapped for him, I encouraged him, I said, come on, you can do it, you can do it. So he screwed up his courage, just concentrated on his baby face, he grabbed the wall again, he got up, he got his feet underneath him, he found his balance, and then he beamed with his toothless grin. That moment was worth every bias and every judgment. And that is what PEPS has taught me. But PEPS groups cannot educate, connect, and empower without those of us who already have benefited from its collective wisdom. Those of us who are active in PEPS need to volunteer our time, energy, and money to make sure that we pay forward the gifts that was given to us. So that stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, and mom and dads who are working can find their own peer groups and be able to empower their children to thrive. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leo, so